two. She is one half of the Neon Blondes. Dynamite. Dani Mo. Opponents. From Southpaw, Texas, she is your Vixens Wrestling rep.
I don't need an introduction. The problem I have is these women that don't come from Texas coming and taking my spot. And that's why I took out Miss Boat before the show started. So now I'm going to take out Miss Airplane Dani Mo because Texas is made for Mystii Marks, not women like you.
Well, strong words here to start off this competition. Mystii Marks, as we spoke on earlier, Mike, did attack our beloved broadcast partner in Vicky Dreamboat earlier on before the event, which led to Vicky Dreamboat being taken out of this matchup, Mystii Marks taking her place. How do you think Vicky Dreamboat has to be feeling right now? I mean, I'm sure she's watching somewhere in the back knowing this opportunity, this matchup was supposed to be for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how else can you feel if you're Vicky Dreamboat in this type of situation? I mean, she was ready to come in here, ready to compete on the MissionPro wrestling stage, and then just have that snatched and taken away from her by Mystii Marks. I mean, I know she's in the back receiving medical attention right now, but I have to believe that on top of all the animosity and pent-up frustration and rage she's feeling, I know her eyes are on this match.
You have to imagine that they are. And Mystii Marks seemingly unfazed by the presence of Dani Mo here, yet somehow threatened by Dani Mo's presence here in the great state of Texas, saying that saying that spots on professional wrestling cards are being taken by women such as Dani Mo coming from outside the state.
See, the thing is about Mystii Marks, I trained with Mystii Marks, and let me tell you, she is absolutely amazing. Now, everything about her, even it comes to her just speaking on certain terms, she will do anything that she can to get to the top, even if that means taking out other wrestlers.
Clearly, she is very comfortable with that. I mean, again, as Vicky Dreamboat can attest, Dani Mo may be able to attest to that fact here shortly.
Absolutely. Mystii Marks, an incredible ground game here in professional wrestling. A beautiful front face lock. Now transition out of it for Dani Mo. The wrist lock, the hammer lock really applied here. Very smooth transitions between these two women. Very talented at their technical game here, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. Both women, well-trained, well-traveled in the world of professional wrestling. Dani Mo herself.
Absolutely. I've commentated many a Mystii Marks match. I'm not this brutality we're seeing out of Mystii Marks and the aggression we've seen throughout the entire night, it is nothing new to me, and it's truly nothing new to this great state of Texas.
Not at all. I mean, Mystii Marks is making her name known here, and I mean, I don't know too much about it being a change of attitude. I mean, different application of it, definitely. But Mystii Marks has always been about competition and proving that she is the best. And like she said, just shows that she is deserving of that spot in the professional wrestling scene.
Absolutely. Dani Mo was calling for it, and Mystii Marks trying to offer it up a little bit.
Can you believe Mystii Marks has been wrestling for over 2 years and actually did in-ring matches for a year and a half? She is absolutely talented.
Absolutely, 100%.
And now we see the two women, their arms are interlocked here. Both women trying to gain some form of power and strength over the other, sending Mystii Marks directly into that bottom rope.
See, the thing is I like about Dani Mo is that she's very energetic, and she stays undefeated here at Mission Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely worth noting. I mean, Dani Mo, we said it before, no stranger to competition. That includes here in Mission Pro. Again, undefeated here in MPW, looking to keep that record intact.
Go over the schoolgirl, rolls out of it, though. Mystii Marks, beautiful arm drag once again. And Mystii Marks has to try and create some separation here between herself and Dani Mo. Something tells me she should not have been doubting or questioning the in-ring capabilities of her competitor tonight.
Sometimes the best wrestlers just need a quick break, because I know she's going to go back in the ring, and she's going to show Dani Mo what she's made of.
Dani Mo looking to come find out for herself, chasing Mystii Marks back in the ring.
And giving chase once again is Mystii Marks. That separation. Way up and over goes Dani Mo. Going for a penalty kick, sweeping the legs of Dani Mo, and Mystii Marks finds herself back on the offensive.
I have to think this is exactly what she wanted, just catching that kick and the ring awareness, that's that training coming into play as she just used all of her strength to drive Dani Mo into the mat, and just that offensive continuing on the outside.
It is acute and succinct power on behalf of Mystii Marks. But now we find ourselves with the question, what is it going to take for Dani Mo to battle back to a vertical base, to battle back to a possible winning position?
I mean, you got to think whatever the game plan is, I don't think it took being driven into the ring post into account.
As of right now, Mystii Marks is giving it to Dani Mo outside the ring.
And our official, there no control, truly, or allowing for some leniency, might I say here. This lack of enforcement of the rules. I mean, no one wants to see this matchup end in a count out or a disqualification. This matchup is one fall to a finish. We want to see a pinfall or submission end this one.
Absolutely right, Walker. I mean, just again to repeat what you said, no one here in attendance, and I can't imagine anybody at home, wants to see a count-out victory, much less a double count-out. And while, again, you say, the referee giving him some leeway, I'm going to say that's a good thing in this situation.
Absolutely.
I mean, we definitely want to see best out of both of these women. And to their credit, they're giving it to us. I commend the referee for letting them go here.
Well, I'll say this much. It might be a good thing for one of these women, and it surely is not Dani Mo as we speak right now. Mystii Marks is utilizing Ringside as a playground for destruction.
If Dani Mo doesn't get up and muster the strength and fight Mystii Marks back, she might not be able to win this match tonight.
Safe bet there. Yeah, however you want to say it, Dani Mo's got to make something happen, get some offense, but Mystii Marks not going to let that happen. Hold on, I may have spoken too soon.
Yeah, trying to power the woman up, but...
Oh! It's a snap suplex on the outside.
And you might see some padding on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. That padding is thin, incredibly so, almost negligible in all regards. Dani Mo now trying to go for the cover here off that impactful suplex, and only a 2 count. Oh, Mystii Marks double throat chop. Well, sorry to the eyes.
Atomic drop.
Manhattan drop now, the reversal. The dominance and the power of Mystii Marks continuously on display in front of all these fans here live in San Antonio, Texas, and those watching at home on Title Match Wrestling Network.
And all the fans at home getting a good look. Dani Mo draped across that rope. Mystii Marks utilizing the 5 count from the ref.
Ooh, nice slap.
Just hard open hand strikes on Dani Mo. She tries to get back in.
And not only did she just make that kick out, but she also reached to the ropes for an extra shot of hope there, truly. Dani Mo is in this for the long haul. She did not come all the way to San Antonio, Texas to walk away without the victory.
Absolutely right, Walker. And you saw her the kick out, the reaching for the ropes, doing whatever she had to do to get out of that predicament. and finally able to take the fight to Misty Marks, but oh, hold on again.
Yeah, Marks evades out of the way. Marks now Irish whip, post to post, pillar to pillar.
Dani Moe just driving. You saw Misty Marks putting all her strength behind that one.
Marks now, snapmare out of the corner. What you going to do here? Setting up for something, and that something was a penalty kick. That one could have won you the World Cup, ladies and gentlemen.
Misty Marks may be trying out for Team USA after professional wrestling. Who knows?
That jackknife pinning attempt just was not enough. The resiliency of Dani Moe, the heart of these competitors on display live in San Antonio, Texas.
And Eliana, I got to ask, you're familiar with both of these women, Misty Marks in particular. Is this what you've expected to see both out of Misty and Dani? Is there anything you think we might see before this is all said and done?
Well, you see, Misty Marks has been training under Rodney Mack and Jazz at Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. I also train there as well. I do not expect anything less from Misty Marks because she was going under great training with Rodney Mack and Jazz. So I do not expect nothing less from this, and she is doing a phenomenal job. I just wish Dani could muster up the courage and just continue to try to fight Misty back.
Like Dani Moe trying to do just that, but Misty Marks having none of it.
Oh, the disrespect that she's giving Dani Moe.
Eliana, I have to ask you, do you believe that Dani Moe is maybe, wait, hold on, going for the cover here, hooking the outer leg, only a 2 count. Back to my question, Eliana, I have to ask, do you believe that Dani Moe has bitten off a little bit more than she could chew here in taking on Misty Marks?
I wouldn't say that she bit off a little bit more than she can chew. I think that she felt like that she could be able to beat such a great wrestler like Misty Marks, and she thought that she had all the strength in the world to compete against her. But now that she's in the ring, it seems like she's having second thoughts about it. And we can see that as how she is performing right now as she's facing Misty Marks.
Well, I will always believe that stepping in the ring with Misty Marks is definitely a questionable decision, no matter your talent or your skill level. Nevertheless, Dani Moe with the gumption to do so here tonight live in San Antonio, Texas. Misty Marks, these repeated shots to the back. Look at the strength in the squats here. Into the Michinoku driver, going for the cover here off of that one. 1, 2, no.
That is one of Misty Marks' arrogant move. That's how you know that Misty Marks is checking her opponent.
Right there, and just like you said, Misty Marks establishing her dominance and making sure everybody knows it. Just wrenching both arms of Dani Moe back. Walker, this is bad news. Pectorals, rotator cuffs, any number of things could get pulled or ripped in that position.
Most definitely, especially when you're stepping into the ring with the caliber of women we have here on this roster. Dani Moe, this is her opportunity. You got to capitalize off of it. That could be it. The double knee facebreaker sending Misty Marks down for the first time in a long time, but Dani Moe does not have the strength to make the cover.
Absolutely right. We're seeing all of that punishment inflicted by Misty Marks on the outside coming into play. Dani Moe, just that one burst of heart and strength, that moment of offense leveling the playing field, but she's got to make something happen. She's got to make the cover.
Well, not only are we bursting hearts here tonight, we are kick-starting them. This is our semi-main event of the evening.
Well, it seems like they're squaring off in the... Oh.
And fans, you can just hear these clubbing blows, both women unloading on each other.
Oh, the collisions between these two individuals, it is ungodly. Oh my gosh. Back and forth between Misty Marks and Dani Moe. Where is it going to end? One of these women is going to have to collapse at a certain point. Oh my.
Seems like Dani Moe is finally fighting back against Misty Marks.
Finally managed to get some, and just hit the stunner right there. Walker, you were asking where this is going to end. There's only one of two places this can end, either in a victory or in an emergency room.
Beautiful single leg drop kick there from Dani Moe, going for the cover here. And a Shocking kick out after all of the punishment which Mystii Marks has endured. Still, this match rolls on.
I think we were all holding our collective breath there. We all thought that might have been it.
And look at the power here of Dani Moe. Got her up the Firewoman's carry. Just sitting out with it. Beautiful.
Uh-oh, it'll be very dangerous if Dani Moe gets on that top rope.
She's going for just that. You see her slowly making her way up there, knowing she's hurting and aching from everything so far. But the look of determination on the face of Dani Moe. But watch out now. Mystii Marks with that press slam just off the top rope, sending Dani Moe crashing to the pavement. Just raw strength pulling her up.
Now look at this elevated flatliner. Eliana, that was an incredible maneuver. What is...
See, that move right there just lets us know that she is confirming and checking to let her opponent know that she cannot be defeated.
I mean, sending the message loud and clear if you ask me.
Absolutely. And our official has had to create some separation on her own accord here.
So, a note about the referee, that is actually Rodney Mack and Jazz's daughter, Sky Mack.
That's actually an interesting point to bring up. We did bring up Mystii Marks training at the Dog Pound Dojo. Got to see, that relationship should come into play.
Yes.
Could come into play, excuse me. Not that we're questioning the integrity of our referee, forgive me.
We would never do that, but the one thing you cannot question the integrity of is that middle rope bulldog there from Dani Moe.
We've all seen, she's going on to the top rope again. If she hits the rope walk crossbody, that's it.
There it
is.
She
hits it.
That's got to be the end of this match.
Unbelievable.
Dani Moe picking up the victory.
This is unbelievable. No, I will not accept
100%.
this. Mystii Marks should have been the winner.
Well, I think Mystii Marks would agree with you, but nonetheless, the referees count 1, 2, 3. That crossbody off the top rope, securing the victory for Dani Moe. A fantastic victory for Dani Moe here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, our semi-main event is in the books.
I still can't believe this.
Well, Liana's in shock. I mean, definitely thought it was going in Mystii Marks' favor there, Walker.
Absolutely, as is the rest of this crowd, Mike, as is the rest of this crowd. Shock and awe all across the faces of the San Antonio Republic. But at the end of the day, Dani Moe heads back to the pay window to celebrate her victory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.